Hello students, today we are studying biology class 11th chapter number 3 Kingdom Plantae. This chapter we have started in our last lecture, that is Kingdom Plantae. Today is the second part of this chapter, second lecture of this chapter, that is Kingdom Plantae. Kingdom Plantae is divided into two categories, that is cryptogams and phanerogams. In that, cryptogams are divided into thallophytes, bryophytes and pteridophytes, and phanerogams is divided into gymnosperms and angiosperms. In our last lecture, we have studied about the thallophyta, characteristics, silent features of the division thallophyta. Today we will study about BRYOPHYTA. We will study the characteristics, silent features of the division BRYOPHYTA. Next lecture we will study pteridophytes. Then we will go with gymnosperms, and angiosperms is deleted from your topic for this academic year. Since your portion has been reduced, so in that reduced syllabus, the topic angiosperms have been deleted. So we have to study about till gymnosperms only. Okay, we have to study about thallophytes, bryophytes, pteridophytes and gymnosperms. Okay, so last lecture we covered about thallophytes. Today we will start with bryophytes. Let us start. Bryophyta. Bryophytes are mostly terrestrial plant. That means they live on land. Terrestrial plants means bryophytes are found on land. Okay. They are found in moist, shady places. Bryophytes are found in moist places, means wherever moisture is present. Shady places, okay, moisture, shade is there. At that place, bryophytes are present. They need water for fertilization and completion of their life cycle. Since we have told that bryophytes are terrestrial plant, that means they live on land, but for fertilization process they need water. For completion of their life cycle they need water. Hence they are called amphibious plants. Okay, as you all know, amphibious animals means the animals that live on land as well as water. They are called as amphibians. Similarly, the plants that are terrestrial, that means that they live on land, but when they require water for fertilization, so both the things are required. They are living on land, but for fertilization they require water. So such plants are known as amphibious plants. Okay, such plants are known as amphibious plants. Life cycle of bryophytes shows sporophytic and gametophytic stages. Sporophytic stage means when they produce spores. Gametophytic stage means when they produce gametes, that is male gamete and female gamete. So the life cycle of bryophytes shows alternatively both the stages. One time sporophytic generation and next time gametophytic generation alternatively. So they are having both the stages. They show both the stages. Bryophytes have root-like structures. Make a note of it, students. Bryophytes do not have roots. They have root-like structure, something that is looking like roots, and that is known as rhizoids. Okay, since they are root-like structures, we tell them rhizoids. Okay. Rhizoids are unicellular in liverwort and multicellular in mosses. Rhizoids means root-like structures are unicellular means single-celled in liverworts, and multicellular means more than one cell in mosses. Okay, liverwort and mosses are the two types of bryophytes, two different types of bryophytes. So liverworts have unicellular roots and mosses have multicellular roots. Rhizoids absorb water and minerals and also help in fixation of thallus on the substratum. Okay, rhizoids are absorbing water and minerals. Roots, same way like roots, rhizoids are doing the function of roots. When we study the function of roots, the most important function of root is to absorb water and minerals. Similarly, rhizoids are also doing the same function, that is absorption of water and minerals, and also help in fixation of plants, that is thallus, on the substratum. Same function as that of the roots. Roots are also helping in the fixation process of plants. Okay, so rhizoids also help in absorption of water and minerals and also helps in fixation of thallus on the substratum. Okay. Bryophytes are divided into two groups, that is liverworts and mosses. So I hope all these silent features of bryophytes are clear to you all. I repeat, bryophytes are terrestrial plant, that means they live on the land. But for fertilization or completion of their life cycle, they need water. So they are called as amphibious plants. Okay, the life cycle of bryophytes shows sporophytic as well as gametophytic generation. Bryophytes have root-like structures and they are known as rhizoids. These rhizoids are unicellular in liverworts and multicellular in mosses. Rhizoids absorb water and minerals and also help in fixation of thallus on the substratum. Bryophytes are divided into two groups, that is liverwort and mosses. We will study now the classification of bryophytes. Bryophytes are divided into three classes, that is liverwort, hornwort, and third one is mosses. Liverwort, the other name for liverwort is Hepaticea, for hornwort is Anthocerotae, and mosses is Musci. Okay, liverwort is also known as Hepaticea. Hornwort is also known as Anthocerotae, and mosses is also known as Musci. So, bryophytes are divided into three classes. Let us study one by one. First one, liverwort. It is known as Hepaticea. Liverworts are lower members of bryophytes. They are known as lower members of bryophytes. Okay, they are the first, we can say first members of bryophytes, lower members, which are not well developed. Lower members means they are not well developed. They don't have well developed organs of plants, of bryophytes. Gametophyte possesses flat body called thallus. Okay, you can see here the gametophytic structure. It consists of a flat body and this flat body is known as thallus. Thallus is green, you can observe green, dorsiventral, prostrate with unicellular rhizoids. Okay, it is green, dorsiventral means flat, prostrate means flat, it is okay, with unicellular rhizoids means single-celled rhizoids, single-celled root-like structures. Example for liverworts is Rixia. You can see here example Rixia, Markantia. Okay, flat green colored structure, and this flat body is known as thallus. Thallus is green, dorsiventral. Okay, green, dorsiventral, then prostrate, unicellular, and they show unicellular rhizoids. Next is hornworts. Hornworts are, the other name for hornworts is Anthocerotae. When I say Anthocerotae, they possesses flattened thallus. That means they possess flat thallus, okay, flat structure. The thallus produces horny structures. Horny structures means horn-like structure. You all know horns, okay? So, horn-like structures. You can see here, you can observe here in this diagram, horn-like structures, okay? Horn. Sharp horns are there, okay? So, horn-like structures which are called sporophytes Hence the name is also given hornworts. Okay, hornworts means their structure, thallus structure is like horns. So they are given the name hornworts. Okay, example for this is anthoceros. Example for hornworts is anthoceros, and hence the other name, that is anthocerote, is given to this kind of plants, this kind of bryophytes. Next is mosses. Other name for mosses is Musci. Okay, these are advanced member of bryophytes. As we have studied lower member of bryophytes, then the last mosses are known as higher member of bryophytes, advanced members of bryophytes, which possesses erect plant body. You can see here erect, matlab straight plant body. Okay, erect means straight plant body. Gametophytic phase of life cycle includes two stages. This type of mosses produce two types of stages, namely protonema stage and leafy stage. There are two stages in mosses, protonema stage and leafy stage. Protonema stage and leafy stage. Okay. Protonema is prostrate, green, branched and filamentous. You can see here prostrate means flat, branched, green and filamentous means thread-like structures. Okay, protonema stage, this is the protonema stage, which is flat, green, prostrate and filamentous. At its juvenile stage, juvenile gametophyte means young stage, and it bears many buds on it. Okay. Next is leafy stage. Leafy stage produced from each bud protonema helps in the vegetative propagation. This is the leafy stage, and this leafy stage helps in vegetative propagation, that means vegetative reproduction. Okay, the leafy stage has erect, slender, stem-like cauloid, means axis-bearing spiral leaf-like structures, phylloid. Okay, stem-like cauloid and leaf-like phylloids. You can see this is the leafy stage. This is having this stem-like structure and leaf-like structure and root-like structure. Root-like structures are known as rhizoids. Stem-like structures are known as cauloid, and leaf-like structures are known as phylloid. So, all these three structures, leaf-like structure, stem-like structure and root-like structure, are doing the functions of root, stem and leaf respectively. Okay, they perform the same function as that of root, stem and leaf. But we cannot say them root, stem and leaf, since they are not that much developed kingdom. Okay, it is fixed in the soil by rhizoids. The stem and leaf, you can see here, stem and leaf is fixed in the soil with the help of rhizoids, since they are doing the work of roots. So they do the work of fixation. They fix the plants, okay, in the soil by rhizoids. Okay, so mosses are advanced stage of bryophytes, and they possess erect plant body. Gametophytic phase and sporophytic phase, again they show in gametophytic stage. They includes protonema and leafy stage, further divided into protonema and leafy stage. Protonema is prostrate, flat, branched, okay, filamentous, and it bears many buds. And leafy stage produced from each bud protonema helps in vegetative propagation. The leafy stage has erect, slender stem like cauloid and leaf like phylloid, and it is fixed in soil with the help of rhizoids, that is root like structure. Okay. Next, we will move to the economic importance of bryophytes. Bryophytes means some of the mosses provide food for herbivorous mammals, birds, etc. So, all those plants which are herbivorous, okay, so mosses are providing the food for them, herbivorous mammals, birds, etc. This bryophytes provide peat that are used as fuel. Mosses are also used as packaging material for transport of living materials. because they have significant water holding capacity. Many times these mosses are used for packaging the material which are used for transportation, transport of living material, because they have the capacity to hold much amount of water in it. They decompose rocks to form soil. This is also one of the important property of bryophytes. They decompose rocks to form soil. Dense layers of mosses help in prevention of soil erosion, thus act as soil binders. There are many dense layers of mosses, bryophytes, which help in the prevention of soil erosion, and thus they act as a soil binders. They keep the soil binded. Bryophytes helps in maintaining the binding of the soil. So they are known as soil erosion. Thus they act as a soil binders. So students, we have studied the two kingdoms, totally two divisions, that is bryophyte, thallophyte we have studied already in the last lecture. Today we have studied about the bryophytes. So we will stop here for today. Thank you. We will continue the same chapter in our next lecture with the remaining divisions. Bryophyte, thallophyte is done, bryophyte is done. Now pteridophytes, gymnosperms is remaining, and angiosperm is deleted. So thank you for today. We will continue in our next class.